Let's check out this new Beatmaker plugin by ujam called Hype Intro. What's up, creative faces? My name is Elip on set from Creative Sound. We are here once again. Let's paint. So of course, ujam do not need no type of introduction. They have already done a great job releasing a whole line of just great products. They got things like this. They have these type of Beatmaker plugins in all styles of music now. They have one for hip hop, one for boom bap, and one for trap, and this one is for your EDM pop style. And the good thing about these plugins is what they're doing here, they already take care of the processing. You have extra controls to do other things, but it's already pumping and sound really nice. You don't have to do anything further to it. And it also, like I said, it also comes with things that you can adjust in here, and there's different effects and just different patterns and different things like that. So first, before we get started, from left to right, you have your presets right here, where you can just pick whatever you like. You can actually click on here and, you have a few presets you can choose from. And then on the right side is usually where your different effects and your knobs, where you can change the amount or you can change the intensity level. Here as well, your riser and your kick, stuff like that. I've done a video on a few of these already, so if you guys seen those, you already know what's up. Down here is your single samples, and then to the right of that will be your patterns, and you can change them up. So like, for instance, so here's all your singles. So you just have one octave full of your drums, and then to the right of that is different patterns. Now say I wanted to change that pattern, you know what I mean? Hold your finger down on the key and you can just click away and it'll change automatically for you. Of course, you can click this latch here and you can go hands-free and rock out to the beat. You can perform live. Hit another key. As you can tell, I'm having too much fun right here. All right, let's stop that. So when you hit micro timing, you can go a little further. Say I wanted to swing. Right, it's swinging now. Right. And also what's cool about this is you don't have to worry about your tempo here. Say you set a tempo, and I know sometimes when I set a tempo, when samples come in, say for instance, if I'm using arcade, something like that, arcade is kind of similar in terms of how you can change how fast or slow a sample reacts, but they all sync up to the tempo. And sometimes, I want things to go either way other than the normal sample. So say, right. So that's pretty cool to me. I like that. Then you also have you can sync things this way, change your resolution. You just got to play with it and see what you come up with. So that's a great way of diving into a beat, getting something going right away without second guessing yourself. But if you are someone who you like the sound, but you want to get in and create your own pattern, well, you can do that on the left hand side, no problem. So if we take a look at the bottom row, you have other parameters. Say you have a kit that you like and you just want to change out the snare or something like that. So you just click on the snare, and right here it allows you to change the sample per sample. Right? And you can just toggle between the different ones, or you can just go straight to it. And as long as you have that sample or that key selected, you can go in and change the pitch. And one other cool thing is that these parameters are mappable to macros or in any type of key commands, or you can map them to the controller if you want to do that and kind of add some automation to your work. You can do that. I notice in Studio One 5 here at the top, as soon as I click on something that recognizes that it can be automated, it shows itself up here. So it says snare, pitch 1. So I'm ready to go if that was what I really wanted to do. Then you have your filter here. Also mappable. Decay. Change the volume. Right. And of course, right here, this individual and master, these buttons is associated with how you route everything out. So right now it's by default, it's master. Everything's coming out stereo, left and right, through one channel, right? But if you wanted to route them all out, like that is something I'm very interested in doing when creating stuff. I do it all the time using Contact. So this little plugin will let you do that as well. So in Studio One, it makes it easy to activate your routing. So I'm gonna just activate maybe 8 for right now. I can switch to my mixer here and we can see all of the activated outs for this channel, for this track, right? So we just did the snare right quick, but if I wanted to do this to the kick, I had to switch this to individual. So now my kick and my snare is routed. Now this other kick, let's switch that. So, and I'll just have to keep going for each and every instrument that I'm using, which is, I think this is pretty cool. I do like that option. That's very easy. That's probably as simple as I've seen it. And the purpose of that is if you wanted to add your own effects onto the kick, snare, or whatever you routing out, you can do that here. Just keep in mind that if you are using any effects inside of the actual plugin, which is right here to the right, so I'm playing a sound that's not routed out yet, right? So that's an effect, right? Just keep in mind that that's an effect, right? Just to keep in mind, it's not going to affect these here. So my kick here, my second kick, and this snare here happens to be routed separately from the master, and everything else will be affected because it's going through the actual stereo instance of the plugin itself. So if just keep that in mind. You know what I mean? And since we're on the effects here, we can just go ahead and play around. Right? Now, that's actually pretty cool. I'm noticing that now as I play the patterns, if it's the snare, it's coming out through the same routing as the snare. This is pretty cool because everything is all together. So even though you have your separate sounds over here that's routed out individually, it also affects what's going on in the pattern section because if it's a kick, if it's a snare, if it's a hi-hat or anything like that, it's going to adapt to the routing situation that you initiated on this side, the left-hand side, which is pretty cool. I like that. And as I'm looking at this now, playing this pattern, I'm noticing here that the kick is definitely coming out here and the snare is coming out there. Even though it's a pattern together, it's still somehow inside of this system. It's still being routed. So it's not a sample, so to speak, if that makes sense. Is, you know, I thought it was a sample, that the pre-made samples or whatever that's over there, but it's not. It's almost as if there's some type of coding under the hood that makes it like some type of arpeggiator or sequence, just taking the samples and doing this thing instead of it being a actual sample, like bounce printed, like that's, can't change it or whatever. So that's pretty cool. I like that. And then of course you have your presets for your master channel, your stereo, and you can do change things up here. I want to say these are your reverbs. Your reverb, your sweep, your saturation, maximize, ambience. There we go. Yeah, so I mean, this is great. I feel like if you're not into these drums, like I said before, they have other drums that fit your style. So if you're into like boom bap, hip hop style, or even lo-fi, they have a kit for that. If you're into trap, there's another one I think it's called Hustle for that. There's several other ones that I can't think off the top of my head, but yeah, like they have a kit for every situation, and it's a full plug-in that gives you the ability to do all of these amazing things in the box. And like I say, the samples are already sounding great. So now let's make a beat. Change it up. I forgot I had this one on. So let's do this. Let's start with the intro. 2, 3, 4. All right, let me get rid of those and say I'd continue that. So I'm gonna put a field right there. I'm gonna pull this back. Let's quantize that. So let's listen to this. Okay, so now that I collab this region, I can extend this one all the way out to there. So Let's get rid of this one here and pull this back. So I have a mixture of things that's routed out individually and remaining stereo inside the plugin itself. So it sounds pretty good, actually. Yeah, so there you have it. I could play with this all day. I think this is something worth having in your arsenal. I probably have all of them, and I do use them for like quick and get in, because I know they're already punchy. I don't have to do any processing to them. So this is great. If you enjoyed this review, I appreciate if you give it a thumbs up, share with all your family and friends, and you can watch it 5 times if you want to. And if you're not already subscribed, please do so, because we doing videos like this all the time. I always go live as well, so you guys have access to me interacting with your boy, and we getting in, making beats live. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what we do. That's all I have for you guys. Remember, my name is Ellup from Creative Sound. Remember, music is art. You are the artist. Paint your picture. Stay creative without rules.